Word up, everybody. Welcome to Word of the Day with Comedians. I'm your host, Dead Air Dennis Maller, and today my guest is Baltimore comedian Josh Kuderna. What's going on, Josh?
Hello, everybody. Hi, Dennis. We were just talking off air. I love when people do that. They're like, we were just talking about something really cool off air that you weren't privy to, and it was about we got new recycling bins here in Baltimore. I don't want to get into it. That's off air talk. You know, we don't have to do showbiz here.
Hey, you know what? What's more show business than talking about our own trash?
Right? I mean, honestly, isn't that recycling, right? We take the trash that happens to us in the world and we present it to everybody else.
All right, so the word of the day for us today is myopic. And myopic means not able to clearly see objects that are far away. Basically, my entire vision process. That's why I have glasses, I guess, because I'm myopic. But
yes.
Figuratively, it can mean being short-sighted, lacking in foresight or discernment, or narrow in perspective without concern for broader implication.
Yeah, I think that word, I guess, it basically means you're nearsighted, but I was thinking about it in the second sense. That's like one of those words, if you drop that in an email, that's like that's like saying you in the work context without saying you. Like if you're like, actually, Brandon, I think we're kind of taking a myopic view here. And if we would take into consideration our long-term goals, as I stated before, I think, myopic, you drop that in an email and somebody's like, God damn, I really pissed this guy off.
All right, so this also brings up an interesting question about it, because I've always said myopic, just like you did. But I was looking at the pronunciation of the word, and it says myopic, unless I'm also reading these things wrong. So here's the best part about working for things on the internet is we have a actual way to pronounce this. Let me make sure you can hear this pronunciation, and we'll see. We'll decide on if myopic is just our Baltimore accents going in there, or if it's everyone's been saying it wrong.
Myopic, 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 myopic.
Yeah, I think I don't think we're taking the Baltimore. I mean, the Baltimore accent is funny with that. Like, hey, okay, John Harbaugh is taking quite the myopic view here. He should have Lamar Jackson throw the ball more. I'm tired of the goddamn Ravens and their myopic views. He can't be running the ball all the time. He's gonna get hurt. I think. Let me ask you this though, Dennis. I think this might answer the question. If there's a movie that's about somebody's life, what would you call it? A
Biopic.
Biopic. See? Myopic, biopic. Some people say biopic. Biopic. But I like biopic.
See, and it was not too long ago that I realized people who say biopic and biopic weren't saying two different words.
Yes, because biopic also sounds like a biography picture. Like if you're talking about like movies.
Yeah, well, biopic sounds like two words. Biopic is two words to me. B-I-O space P-I-C.
Yeah, and it also sounds like you're talking about, like, it's like how somebody talks about movies when they first came out. It's like, did you see the bio picture? It was about a silent dancer. The biopic.
Did you see that biopic of the sun rising? It was almost as if I was on the beach myself.
Yeah. Did you see the bio picture of the train? I thought it was coming out of the screen to kill us. You see? I don't understand moving pictures. They're witchcraft.
And then everything is just ragtime piano playing behind them.
Yes, exactly.
One of the things that I love about the internet is you can find interesting fun facts about words. And our fun fact, did you know, from Merriam-Webster about myopic is myopia is a condition in which visual images come to a focus in front of the retina of the eye, as opposed to the retina of your elbow, resulting in defective vision of distant objects. Those with myopia can be referred to as myopic, or less formally, nearsightedness. Myopic can also describe someone who has trouble seeing things from a different perspective and considering future consequences before acting.
Yeah, Myopia is my favorite Tool album. I know that's controversial, but
Myopia sounds like how Baltimoreans refer to their heroines. Like, hey, if you don't like myopia, you can try somebody else's opia, and you're gonna pay twice as much for it.
Yeah. Last time I checked, it wasn't your opia, it's myopia. Get out of here.
All right, so I think what we need to come to a conclusion on before we create our sentence of the day, we've gotten through two things. One, the correct pronunciation of myopic, which screw you, Merriam-Webster. We're going with myopic, not myopic, which also I think both sounds very Baltimore because it's myopic. Hey, we're going to go up to myopic there and we're going to see the things. How we elongates our O's where it's like, hey, you know what? You're being very nearsighted there. You might say that you're being myopic there, Joshy from Dundalk.
Yeah. Quit being such a myopic asshole.
We're gonna go down the shore. And be less myopic.
Yeah, you saying that you're not gonna get Coors Bros ice cream, and you're only gonna get fries from fucking Dumpsters down there, then that's pretty myopic. Don't sell yourself short.
Look, if you've never tried malt vinegar on your boardwalk fries, hon, you're being very myopic to great culinary choices.
You sound so stupid. You sound like a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. The most myopic idiots in the world.
I think we actually just accidentally created our sentence right there. All right. Yeah. So now that we have picked our word of the day, now that we have defined it, chose your pronunciation, let's go ahead and create our official sentence of the day using myopic in context. So let's go with that Pittsburgh Steelers things because we always need a subject of a sentence. It always has to be about someone. So we will make this about Steelers fans. All right, everybody, we have decided our word of the day and its correct pronunciation, whether you have a Baltimore accent or not. We have defined the word, and now we have created a sentence using that word in context. And go ahead, Josh, and let everybody know what our word of the day is.
The word of the day, Dennis, is myopic, and that means not able to clearly see objects that are far away. That is, being nearsighted. Figuratively, it can mean being short-sighted, lacking in foresight or discernment, or narrow in perspective and without concern for broader implications. Now, to put that into context, into everyday use, I think a Baltimore Raven fan would use it like this. Maybe his name's Ronnie Rory Alabaster, and he would say, Steelers fans who think Big Ben is the best quarterback and disregard Lamar's ability to escape the pocket, then you're being quite myopic, my guy.
Perfect. Right now, when we're about to get to the Super Bowl and we're all just over the heartbreak of the Ravens stellar season, I think this is the perfect word of the day for all of us Raven fans and for everyone who's ever read an Edgar Allan Poe novel.
Yes, exactly. You know, it's darkest before the dawn, Dennis, and I think we had a bad season, but it's only going to make next season even better when we're triumphant. You know, this isn't the end. Let's not have a myopic view of the Ravens. They're going to be good for many years to come.
Thank you so much for watching the word of the day today because we have expanded our vocabulary by one word today. Josh, go ahead and tell everybody out there where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Josh Kuderna, JoshKuderna. And then I have a podcast with my buddy who's also a comedian, Umar Khan, called the Digression Sessions. Check that out. And Dennis, thanks for having me on, man. I look forward to hearing more episodes and learning. We're learning and we're having fun.
Hey, word of the day, we make learning fun. Word up, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Word of the Day with Comedians all the way to the end. We'll greatly appreciate it. And if you want to continue to keep expanding your vocabulary the funniest way possible, I recommend clicking this box right here to watch our latest episode. Of course, stay up to date with everything by subscribing or listening to Word of the Day with Comedians on the go by downloading it on iTunes or Spotify.